As the Joker War rages above ground, it's a threat under the city which calls for Batman's attention. All this and more on the pages of Detective Comics number 1026. Let's hop on in together and find out what happens next, shall we? Alrighty then, so it's another tie-in to the big ongoing Joker War story that despite what we've seen in the main series, wherein clowns are literally shooting at people in the streets and buildings are on fire, here though we're apparently in the eye of the war, whatever that means. People are still mostly going about their business as if nothing was wrong, battening down the hatches for the worst that is yet to come, and a bunch of bank guards are even transporting a bunch of money from one bank to another. The transport comes under attack, though, by Killer Croc, who ends up dragging one of the guards down below to the sewers. The twist, though, that Batman is quick to note is that Killer Croc, for some reason, didn't take the money, meaning that this situation just got a lot more complicated, but trust me, it's not actually that much more complicated. Also, you're probably wondering, wait, wasn't Batman totally drugged in the last couple issues of the main Joker War series? Why is he walking around totally fine now? Your guess is as good as mine. Batman breaks off his very important mission of trying to stop the Joker from bringing Gotham City to its knees to try and uncover what happened to this armored car guard.
Yeah, that makes sense.
When Batman makes it down to the sewers, he's surprised to see that Killer Croc has actually created an entire monster city. It seems that he's been kidnapping people from the surface and exposing them to toxic runoff, turning them into twisted animal creatures. You got a turtle man, a sexy raccoon lady, because apparently the toxic waste from Ace Chemical is the frickin' ooze from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles now, and if you touch it, it'll just turn you into an animal creature. Wow, is there nothing toxic waste in comic books can't do? Now, chances are, if you last read Killer Croc's adventure over in Gotham City Monsters, you're probably thinking, wait, wasn't he a good guy at the end of that story? Yeah, well, he's changed his moral alignment a ton of times, and apparently after the Joker gang destroyed the hotel that he owned, he decided he was gonna break bad again. Only, it's actually bad with a twist. Croc says that he's only kidnapping people and turning them into monsters so he can build an actual proper society underground that will hopefully survive the Joker War. Also, hey, wasn't there a monster town portion of Gotham City that was created after Night of the Monster Mount? Whatever happened to that? Oh, but wait, it actually gets better. It turns out this whole turning people into monsters plan wasn't actually Wayland's plan. Originally, he had only stumbled upon a group of gangsters who had all taken to living in the sewer in hopes that if they stayed there long enough, they'd be able to take over Gotham City after the clowns had burned themselves out. They ended up, though, getting stuck in a massive avalanche of toxic waste, and they probably would have died too if Croc didn't decide to swoop on in and save them when he did.
My eyes, the goggles do nothing.
Batman decides that he's had just about enough of these monster shenanigans, and as such goes about beating up Croc's new gang, and then beating up Croc himself, in a truly uninteresting, truly uninspired fight that is over before it starts. But what is weirder still is that this story actively tries to have a weird kind of happy ending. You see, Batman takes all of the mutated gangsters off to Arkham, which is completely fine during the middle of the Joker War, by the way. Batman says that Croc was wrong to do what he did, but he did it for the right reasons, and maybe he's not so bad. He also calls him Wayland, which Croc truly appreciates because no one else uses his real name, and despite the fact that he was trying to literally eat Batman not a few moments ago, they shake hands as the comic ends. And so that was Detective Comics number 1026, everybody, and much like the issue that preceded it, this is a completely unnecessary tie-in to Joker War that is actually made worse by the inclusion of Batman. The main Joker War story is supposed to be about how Batman is alone, friendless, without his gadgets, without his money, being forced to rely on his wits. But according to this tie-in, those pressing concerns aren't actually pressing at all because Batman has all the time in the world to have a little side sewer adventure whenever he wants. There's definitely a germ of an interesting idea in here somewhere about Killer Croc questioning his moral alignment and trying to build a surrogate family and community underground with other mutants like himself. Had that literally just been the story, then this tie-in would have been much better, but no, it's a Batman book and a Batman event, so Batman needs to be here even when Batman is so totally the sore thumb that sticks out. Overall, I'd give this one a 5 out of 10. It's totally not worth your money. Skip it and check back on in with 1027, which was going to be a big extra-sized issue that's going to kick off the next Batman arc.
Hey there everyone, it's your pal Cape Joel again, and if you're seeing my face right now, that means you watched to the end of the video, and I'll always be grateful grateful for that. Retention helps in this crazy YouTube game, and so does becoming a patron. If you head on down to the description, you can find a link to my Patreon page. Recently just redid all the tiers. A lot of cool stuff offering up there. Exclusive commentaries, exclusive polls, behind the scenes concept art for Capes and Quest. That's the brand new D&D show I've started soon. Never been a better time to become a patron. You can become a patron for as little as $1 a month and help the channel grow and, help me continue to deliver content like what you just saw. So I want to thank you all, and I will see you again next time. Bye-bye.